Hi, good people. This is Deborah. I hope your day has went well today. Let me read the disclaimer. All information provided on this channel is for educational purposes only, and this channel does not promote or encourage misuse of the information. I do research. It is only my experience and interaction with others that I put in videos. But remember, your thoughts and opinions are equally important in shaping our togetherness. I will use words intending to not offend people, but to describe my point of view and how I see things. Take what resonates with you and what does not resonate with you, put it on the shelf or throw it away. Now, this particular video is about, was John Hanson the first president of the continent of the United States, or did they lie? My thoughts about John Hanson and six other black presidents as well. Now, in 1999, the office of Dick Gregory sent me an email with my request about John Hanson as president of continent of the USA from 1781 to 1782. And it says that he was born 1715 and died 1783. Now, I find that strange. He died right after he was president for 1 year, from 1781 to 1782, and then he passed in 1783. Didn't say where he passed from, but and six other presidents were elected after him for one more year term before George Washington. Now, I posted that information on Facebook in 2003 because there was no reason for me to doubt the information given to me by his office. I did the research at the time, and there was other information listed as well, like the $2 bill. Even though his face was not entirely clear on the $2 bill, it was said John Hanson the Moor, Moor, was on it. And all of a sudden, the $2 bill went out of circulation. After I posted the information, another man's face appeared as John Hanson, who looked like an avian, and another man, John Hancock, who was also an avian. John Hanson the Moor emerged as one from Libya, like today's information is listed as that. I told myself something was fishy about this stuff. And in later years, information about John Hanson the Moor disappeared. I have listed in the charts things that came to my mind and theory. The Bible shows the 18 dynasty of kings during the matriarchal period worldwide. The war was between the Moor. The war was between the Moors and the Abians against the matriarchs. And the last conquered was Turtle Island, which is America. According to an article, John Hanson was a Moor later selected as president of continent. President Hanson established the first Treasury Department, the first Secretary of War, and the first Foreign Affairs Department. He declared Thanksgiving Day on the fourth Thursday of November, which is still true today. The Article of Confederation only allowed a president to serve a 1 year term during any 3 years. So Hanson accomplished quite a bit in such a little time. The seal was signed by President of the Continental Congress, John Hanson, and countersigned by Secretary Thomas. Thomas continued as keeper of the seal until Congress handed over power to the new government in 1789, and custody of the seal was passed to the Secretary of State. John Hanson, president of Continent, was on the $2 bill, they say, and the USA removed the $2 bill from circulation. They were the first European congressmen Moors. They were mixed Africans and Abians. Remember the president of the continent, John Hanson. The president of the continent was the first takeover of America, or Turtle Island, and the second president of the United States took over the so-called Black Moors. They are now the gatekeepers and have been the gatekeepers. The Boule says says that the Boule is the advisor to the king. The kings or whoever is in leadership, um, and they are the gatekeepers. 6 other presidents were elected after him: Elias Bonat, Thomas Mifflin, Richard Henry Lee, Nathan Gorman, Arthur Clare, and Cyrus Griffin. And that took place from 1783 to 1788, all before Washington took office. Now, George Washington was not the first president of the United States, but he was the first president under the Constitution we follow today. Now, the conquerors broke down the continent into states. Hey, she named them with after president and others. Georgia was named after King George. Charlotte, North Carolina was named after King George's wife, Charlotte. Was named after the Queen Charlotte, wife of King George. California was named after Collie. Louisiana was named after King Louis. Uh, let's see. And then Maine was named after King Charles. I may have made an error there. I'll correct that. Mary was named after King Charles' wife. Henrietta Marie E.W. York, which is New York, is named after England, was named for King James II, who was once Duke of York. North and South Carolina was named after King Charles II, and King Charles granted the name to Penn Woodland, Pennsylvania. Virginia, called Queen Elizabeth. Jamestown, Virginia, was named after King James. Now, Washington District of Columbia was named after George Washington, which was a mulatto, and he hung out with John Hanson the Moor, president of the continent, before he became president. After people were not those who claimed to be 5 civilized tribes, it was a lie. They were not Moors either. The Moors, which are the Black and Albions, they were mixed. The 13 colonies have always been together and taken people's land, identity, benefits. Research it for yourself. This is what I came up with. And they also reclassified, as they conquered, they reclassified the people, the land. If you have Negro on your birth certificate, you were one of the original ones here in America. And you are not and African. They lied. People were reclassified from land mass to land mass. After they conquered, Africa is not the motherland. It's America or turtle land. They lied about that too. Now they say that the Negro is Americans. The black is Africa or Moors. The colored are those that are mixed or are called mulattoes. Later on, Farad, Faraad, named people black. He was the head up of the Muslim. Uh, then Elijah Muhammad called people black. Farrakhan continued that. James Brown sung it. I'm black and I'm proud. I never liked that song. Then all the brown skinned, dark brown skinned got the title of blacks after a period of time. Jesse Jackson came in and gave the title African American, and here it is today. I don't see myself as an African. I don't see myself as a Moor because I judge people according to their behavior, and their behaviors are different. Other information about those who came to from Africa. The meaning of Bey, Bey, or El, which you find in your Bible, added at the end of people's last name, they say signifies that they are returning to the knowledge of being a Moor. And Ei are family names of the nation of Moors, also associated with the ancient Moabites. Bey and El were also used as a title. These five titles also belong to the five civilized tribes, which they made up because they took and made them replace the original people that was here. We are them. They replaced us with and they are imposters, and they receive money monthly that we should be receiving. His land does not belong to this land does not belong to them. Goodness, I made a few errors. Uh, these are the tribes that they call they say are Cherokees. Bay, they say are Choctaw. And D or Day is Seminole. And Al is Creek. And Ali is Chickasaw. The title El means God of power, executive, lawmaker, creator, using a ruler or landlord, enforcer, officer. Day means knowledgeable. Al means the same as El, feminine goddess. Ali means exalted or most high. Now, this information I have listed with these charts, the websites that you can go to where I found this information from. Now, my conclusion is this: people are segregated by classification based on benefits which they receive off the pain of people by going around taking their land, taking their resources, and that's how they benefited. Who started this conquer and divide? The man that they say was the most richest man in the world, and I did verify that this man was a real person because I talked with someone that's from that location. His name was Manson Musa. And my question is this Manson Musa, which was the richest man in the world, which was a part of that clan of the Moors, was he the one that taught those people how to go around taking people's resources, taking people's land, and keeping them in a slave mentality with restraint? Did that come from Manson Musa or Musa Manson? Did it come from him? I want you to think about it. Think about it real good, because personally, my thoughts is this. I do not, they're changing the history books. My son is in school, so they did give a different story about Mansa Musa. Um, I don't believe in my heart that these people that call themselves elite care about the masses. And because there's a movie out called The Black Elite, it was on demand. And if you watch that movie, you will see that these people do not care about anybody that's not a part of the elite. And for those of you that's going around calling yourselves white, the word white had nothing to do with a color. It had to do with a status. So white, for you that don't know, I would suggest that you get yourself a copy of the Black Law Dictionary, and take a look at it. There's some things in there that you might want to take a look at, because white does not mean pure. I don't like calling people white anyway, uh, but sometimes I have to use certain words just to describe my point of view, like I say in the beginning. So hopefully you take a look at these charts, do your own research. You'll find that I won't put this out again. I'm done with it. I'm kind of in between thought process now regarding this John Hanson. Uh, in my mind, somebody's trying to hide something, and that's where my mind is today. Now, next week, who knows? But until the next time, take care, people.